Wake up, they're feeding us lies. They're playing games with our minds, it's no surprise. They selling dreams, but we're paying the price. They control the narrative, but we'll take back our lives. Oh, yeah.
Do you know the true story of the Prophet Lut and the hidden story? Or do you know the twisted version? Either way, you will find the truth, known in the world as Prophet Lut, and in the Quran as Prophet Lut. He was raised by his uncle, Prophet Ibrahim. May peace be upon him. Prophet Lut loved, respected, and believed in Ibrahim's message. He, across land and sea, trying to invite and spread man to the fold of Islam. Soon, Prophet Lut approached the men of the city and reminded them of their Lord. Will you not fear Allah and obey Him? Verily, I am a trustworthy messenger to you. So fear Allah, keep your duty to Him, and obey me. Ash-Shu'ara 160-163. Puzzled, the men of the city began discussing amongst themselves. This man has entered our city and is telling us to cease what we are doing. Clearly he is gaining something out of this. Prophet Lut replied, No reward do I ask of you for it. My reward is only from the Lord of the worlds. The story of Prophet Lut, a tale woven with profound lessons, stands as a timeless testament of faith and resilience. This remarkable figure, deeply revered in the Quran, teaches us about the power of conviction, the importance of moral courage, and the indomitable strength of right over wrong. The people of Lut rejected the messengers, branding them liars. Recall when their brother Lut said to them, Have you no fear? I am a trustworthy messenger to you, so fear Allah and obey me. I seek of you no reward. My reward is with none but the Lord of the universe. What? Of all creation will you go to the males, leaving aside those whom Allah has created for you as your mates? Nay, you are a people that has transgressed all limits, they said. O Lut, if you do not desist, you will be one of those expelled. Ash-Shu'ara 160-167. You commit the abomination that none in the world ever committed before you. What? Do you go to men, engage in highway robbery, and commit evil deeds in your gatherings? Surah Ankabut, Ayah 29. They knew they were wrong, but they continued to belittle his message, openly mocking him. Bring us the punishment of Allah if you should be of the truthful. Surah Ankabut, Ayah 30. And so, the only household that praised Allah in Sodom was that of Prophet Lut. While he and his daughters remained steadfast in their religion, his wife chose the path of disbelief. Prophet Lut then raised his hands and prayed, My Lord, support me against the corrupting people. Surah Ankabut, Ayah 30. Meanwhile, Allah sent angels disguised as men to Prophet Ibrahim's house as guests. Ibrahim, who failed to recognize the angels, prepared a grand feast for his guests. But his guests refused the meals offered to them. In 11:69, God says, And certainly did our messengers come to Abraham with good tidings. They said, Peace. He said, Peace, and did not delay in bringing a roasted calf. But when he saw their hands not reaching for it, he distrusted them and felt from them apprehension. They said, Fear not, we have been sent to the people of Lot. And his wife was standing, and she smiled. Then we gave her good tidings of Isaac, and after Isaac, Jacob. They said, Are you amazed at the decree of Allah? May the mercy of Allah and his blessings be upon you, people of the house. Indeed, he is praiseworthy and honorable. And when the fright had left Abraham and the good tidings had reached him, he began to argue with us concerning the people of Lot. Indeed, Abraham was forbearing, grieving, and returning. O Abraham, give up this. Indeed, the command of your Lord has come, and indeed there will reach them a punishment that cannot be repelled. And when our messengers came to Lot, he was anguished for them and felt for them great discomfort and said, This is a trying day. And his people came hastening to him. And before they had been doing evil deeds, he said, O my people, these are my daughters, they are purer for you. So fear Allah, and do not disgrace me concerning my guests. Is there not among you a man of reason? They said, You have already known that we have not concerning your daughters any claim. And indeed, you know what we want. He said, If only I had against you some power, or could take refuge in a strong support. They said, O Lot, indeed, we are messengers of your Lord. They will never reach you. So set out with your family during a portion of the night, and let not any among you look back. Except your wife, indeed, she will be struck by that which strikes them. Indeed, their appointment is the morning, is not the morning near. So when our command came, we made the highest part its lowest, and rained upon them stones of layered hard clay, marked from your Lord, and it is not from the wrongdoers far. Surah Hud 82. His journey speaks to us of the essence of faith, the pursuit of truth, and the resilience in face of adversity. It paints a vivid picture of a man who stood firm in his beliefs, no matter the trials and tribulations he faced. This inspiring story have been twisted to unalive, disrespect, and dishonor millions of people around the world. But they have lied and misleaded the majority knowingly. This people of Lut, where straight men and women back then, either you was straight, or you was without desire for woman. And as for certain women, they had no desire for men. That was all. It was never before seen straight men or straight woman who perverted. They broke the law. The Creator Allah knew they were straight. And the Prophet knew that fact too. That's why he proposed them to marry his daughters. Finally, the truth is out. They abused many people by hiding that important fact. Until today, men behave that way. Many so-called straight, whichever name they call themselves, are marrying naive women or young innocent girls who trust them, while seeing others and living a double life and presenting a straight men persona in public who are doing too much hate. They are those types. That is the truth. As for those people who are born with more feminine of masculine hormones is nothing to be ashamed of. The society has been brainwashed to hate on everything feminine and to hate women worldwide. Being more feminine or being more masculine is something to be proud and grateful for, is a gift of God and a unique creation, and is ignorant and evil to hate on the creations of God. Remember when Adam was created, he was created with knowledge and was taught by God himself. Then when Hawa was created, God gave some of that knowledge to her. Everything the man is missing, the woman has it. To those people who think women are not smart, you are wrong, is a false narrative created to diminish the knowledge and the creation of the woman if she was passive and not smart. As they want us to believe, Hawa, our first mother, would have stayed in paradise. But no, she was part of the decision and listened to the evil whispers. She decided with Adam, and they both suffered the consequences and got thrown out of the paradise. The men are not complete without the woman, and when a man or woman inherit both masculine and feminine hormones, they inherit the original knowledge of Adam. After my research in the Quran, they are mentioned as the people of knowledge, is them in my opinion, and they are described in detail in Surah An-Nur 24:31. God says, or those male attendants having no physical desire. As we see in this verse, they have been granted permission that straight men don't have, is only reserved to the close families, the children, and domestic servants. And we see in that verse that they are different from other men, because God described them as males with no desire. And still today, you will see that friendship between them everywhere you go in the world. It was always that way, as we see from this verse. God is telling us that those males have no desire for woman. He acknowledged them, for us to know that he created them like that, and that he granted them permission to be present with the women, without their cover around the shoulders and breast, a thing only reserved to close families, servants and children back then. All women were told to wear a cover around them, to conceal the breast and to be recognized. It was not to hide the hair. That is another thing they have twisted. In conclusion, whether you are a straight man or woman is forbidden to engage with both gender or be bi. That was the true concealed message that evil people had twisted. They were straight men and straight women who became bi. They ignored story of the wife. They ignored that they were robbing the travelers, probably graping them. They ignored the were corrupters in the land. They ignored that they were doing orgies. They ignored that they were harassing people and knocking on doors, forcing people. They ignored that they were proposed to marry the daughters, the mockery, the arrogance. They were evil men and women. They ignored that they refused God's law. They ignored all that, and they only focused on the act and twisting it to attack defenseless people who God created that way. They even wrote in their fake books to unalive them. That is the definition of pure evil. Creating lies against God, who is the most merciful, who commanded us to save lives, is all false stories. They twisted the words of God just to align themselves with the Bible story of Sodom and Gomorrah, at the same time ignoring the true and complete story of Lut in the Quran. And they write their own rules in the Hadith books. In my opinion, the purpose was to shun the people of knowledge and to take their place to claim power over the people as they do now. And to pretend to be the gifted ones. Remember the knowledge that the Umayyad and the Abbasid had during their dynasty's reign, and all the things they have created that we still use today. People of knowledge were in the right place at those times and created the algebra and medicines after they were destroyed by the pretenders. No knowledge has come out of the Muslim world since then, is because the true people of knowledge has been hidden, shunned, unalived, and ignorant pretenders with no knowledge took their place. The only thing they added is to set us back thousands of years, fake thrones and fake history. It was all planned, living like Pharaoh did, hoarding all. Only for them, collecting usury and teaching people fake fairy tales. Where is their knowledge if their claim is true? We have to be aware and awake of the liars in this world. Only God knows what they are hiding, but we see their evil ways. Now that we know the truth, never let someone with no knowledge, posing as sheikh, teach you from man-made books that comes against the Quran. They will only mislead you far from the law of Allah, and that's their goal. Write 6-112-113. If you research deep enough, the truth is all in the Quran. I hope you have gained some new knowledge today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, please share this.